Hello everyone and welcome to S3 Chemistry. So, if you found your way here, then you've obviously either found our YouTube channel, which we've got for the science department, or you might have even found your way onto the S3 Chemistry team, which I'm hoping you will have. If you need any help with any of that, with getting access to Glow or getting access to your S3 Chemistry team, then there's a little bit of information at the end of this video on how you can ask for help. So if you're here just through YouTube, don't worry, we can get you sorted at some point. So what I wanted to do to start off with is to tell you a little bit about the staff that we have in the chemistry department. You guys have obviously all been in the science department for 2 years, but you might not actually know which of the members of staff are chemistry teachers. So to start off with, there's myself. I'm Mr. Hopcroft, and you can find me in Science 06. We also have Mr. Mitchell, who's in Science 04, that's next door to myself. We have Mr. Monteith, who's actually one floor up. He's the room directly above my room, which is Science 07. We have Mr. Thompson, who's in Science 05. That's the room directly opposite mine. And for this year, we also have Dr. Garcia, who is a Spanish chemistry teacher that we have with us this year. And although she doesn't have her own room, she would normally be found with Mr. Thompson working in Science 05. So, what I wanted to do today is to give you a little bit of an overview of the course that you've got in front of you. So, what do we do in S3 Chemistry? Well, S3 Chemistry is broken up into two main units of work. Okay, the first unit is made up of 3 subtopics, and that's what we start with at the beginning of S3, and this would normally take us up to around about Christmas time, maybe a little bit later than that, heading towards end of January kind of time. The 3 topics that we will be learning about in Unit 1 are chemical reactions. That's the first topic, and that's the one that you'll be starting this week. We also have periodic table and the atom, so we look at some of the things that you learned in S1 and in S2, and we try and build on them. So we do a wee bit of revisiting and a wee bit of building on top of. And then topic 3 is completely new to you for your chemistry studies at Beath, and it's all about bonding and properties. And that will be looking at how the elements that we've learned about in the periodic table, how they join together, and the different things that they make and the properties that they get because of that. So once we finish Unit 1, we move on to Unit 2. So Unit 2 would take place, as I've said already, around about sort of Christmas time, January time normally. Obviously we'll have to see how things go this year in terms of timing. But Unit 2 for the course in chemistry is actually the unit Nature's Chemistry, which is found in the National 4 and National 5 course. And it makes up 3 different subtopics, which are fuels, which you'll be learning about. Some of the things you already, again, know about, things like fossil fuels, for example. We'll be learning about how we apply them to our everyday lives. We'll be looking at a subgroup of those fuels called hydrocarbons, which are really important for chemistry. And then there's another section called everyday consumer products, where we'll look at different products that you would find in the supermarkets or food and things like that, and the chemistry of the chemicals found within those. And in that topic, we look at things like alcohol, for example, which is one of the major industries in Scotland that you can go into with a chemistry qualification. So that unit would take you to the end of S3, and at that point we would be looking to try and assess you and to try and figure out who is looking towards National 5 when they move into S4 and working towards doing the exam, and who maybe is looking towards National 4 with a view to maybe going on to do National 5 and S5. Okay, so we're a bit of an unusual time at the moment. So the fact that I'm even doing this video for you guys rather than being stood in front of you just now describing what your year is going to look like tells you just how unusual our time is at the moment. So what I wanted to do is to give you a little bit of an idea about what you can kind of expect from us during this kind of lockdown period that we've got where we're not in school normally. And obviously we'll revisit this as and when we get back to school. So all the work that you're going to get from the chemistry department is going to be found on Microsoft Teams. That's how we're going to set the work. Okay, we'll be doing that every Monday, and we'll be doing that at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, that means that we're going to be giving you all your work for that week. That doesn't mean that we expect you to have it done by Monday at 12 o'clock. It means that you're going to have to get kind of good at managing your time and looking at all the different subjects you've got. But we would be looking for you to have the task finished before the next set of tasks is up, which would happen the next Monday, again at 9 o'clock in the morning. So you'll always know when you've got chemistry work coming, and that should help you hopefully to plan your time and to get out in front of it. Now, the only way that you're going to be able to get any feedback from us in terms of the work that you're doing, where you're going to be able to find out if you've got things right or if you've got things wrong, or you're going to be able to ask questions to try and help you understand better, is if you engage with us on the team. And that means that you're going to have to be able to submit some feedback. And we've done a welcome task to try and check who can and can't do that. Now, again, if you've got any problems with that, if you hang on, in just a minute or two, I'm going to give you some information on how you can ask for help. But it's really important that you're able to engage with us if you can, because it's really the only way that we as teachers can have some input with you, and to try and really help you to progress and to get better at the subject. The big thing that I really want to get across to you is I never ever want you to be afraid to ask for help. Okay, now whether that be asking for help where other people can see the help that you're asking for, or whether you're maybe wanting to ask for help in a way that other people can't see, that doesn't matter. It's really just important that you engage with the staff and with all the members of the department that are going to be working with you, and asking for help when you need it, so that we can try and help you become the best chemist that you can be. Okay. Now, when you're submitting work to us, we genuinely do not mind at all whether that work is, for example, a Word document or a PowerPoint or like an electronic version of something that you're uploading, or whether you quite simply write everything in a jotter or on a bit of paper, take a photograph and upload that to us. As long as we can see the work and read the work, then we're able to actually give you some feedback and to tell you a little bit about where you've gone right or where you've gone wrong, or things that you could maybe do better. So, with all that in mind, that's kind of an overview of where we're at just now. Your first task is already up at the moment. This video is going up at the same time as that task. And if you are needing to ask for help, how do you go about doing that? Well, to be totally honest with you, the best and the easiest way for you to ask for help is to go onto the Asking for Help channel, which we've put into the S3 Chemistry team. And if you do any other sciences, you'll also see an Asking for Help section in those teams as well. And that's the easiest way for you to ask for help for us, simply because it's not just me that's going to be looking at that. You're going to have every single member of the department able to see your question. So if I'm really busy in a meeting with other members of staff, or if I'm doing another bit of work with another group of pupils, and you're looking for help, if you put a question in there, you're not going to have to wait for me to be ready to be able to answer that question. You're going to be able to get help from anybody who's online at that time. Okay, so that's definitely the easiest way, and very much the way we would prefer if you can. If not though, or if you've got this video via the YouTube channel and you just have not got a Scooby-Doo, how to get on a Glow, how to get into Teams, what you need to do, then I'm going to show you this email address here. This is my own email address, so this is for Mr. Hopcroft, and it is gw10 hopcroftblair@glow.sch.uk. Now you can email that address and you can ask for help either with the work that you're doing or with getting online. As I've said, our preference would be, if you're asking for help, to ask for the help on the channel so that anybody can help you. But if you really want to contact me directly, that's the way that you can do that. Okay? Now, if there's anything at all that you need, do not hesitate to reach out and do not hesitate to ask for help. So all that's left for me to say is, again, welcome to S3 Chemistry. We're delighted to have you here, and we hope that you really enjoy your time in the department.